Hello, everyone. This spring, the library had plans to offer a gardening program. That's uncertain right now, so I wanted to tell you about gardening basics. What are my qualifications? Well, I have some dirt under my fingernails, and in an earlier time in my life, I had the privilege and great fun of working 9 seasons in a wonderful greenhouse in Montana. I say in Montana because not only is it a beautiful place to live, it gets cold. How low can you go? Average annual low temperatures determine the growing zone in which we live. Most of the state is a zone 4 with average lows of 20 to 30 degrees below zero. There are areas along the Montana Highline or in the Judith Basin where I grew up. Cold Arctic air gets trapped there that dip down to a zone 3, which is 30 to 40 degrees below zero. On the west side of the Rocky Mountains, the Continental Divide, there is a more maritime influence on weather patterns, making parts of northwest Montana a zone 5. Hallelujah! Let's keep this in mind. So we can just either go shopping at the greenhouse now and spend a bunch of money that may freeze, or we can think about our outing for a moment and perhaps even do some research. The library in Polson has a fluffy gardening section, which don't remind us we can't access right now. You may find some inspiration to tide you over on our Flipster digital magazine portal. It's on our website. And during this strange time, we're all encouraged to get out for a walk or other forms of exercise in the fresh air, all while practicing appropriate social distancing. As you walk, notice the plant life around you. What is thriving and where? Are these plants native to where we live? Yes, and they grow best in their own zone. By the way, gardening is great exercise. Just think of all the bending, stretching, lifting, shoveling, and weight bearing. I'm sweating already. Soil is important. If you've ever been to Minnesota, you've seen that gorgeous, rich, black soil. Around here, there's a lot of glacier rocks to contend with. Some plants like rocky soil, others do not. When we go to the greenhouse, let's remember to pick up some fertilizer for our plant babies. Shall we get seeds or starter plants? Some things grow easily from seed. Cilantro, for one, carrots, marigolds, and many other flowers. Tomatoes, well, let's let the greenhouse folks do the hard work of getting them started, and we can enjoy the ripe red fruit in August. And while we're being cerebral, let's go out into the yard and observe what is growing already. Are there sunny places and shady places? If so, what time of day is it? Will the plants get morning sun, afternoon sun, all day sun, or no sun at all? Perhaps you don't have a yard. No worries, container gardening is a thing. Pots of all sizes can support the plants. A lot of plants don't need as much depth as you would think. And if working on your knees is not a happy thought, we can consider raised beds. This summer, I hope to try that on my balcony. Greenhouses can get very hot. Be sure to dress cool and comfortable, appropriate for the task. Do we need any tools? How about a solar light? I love those things. They are a great invention. Grab your wallet and away we go. Now, let's pretend that you and I are walking into a huge greenhouse. So beautiful. Where do we start? I see some signs that say annual, and perennial. Annual plants will give you lots of color and bang for the buck, this season only. Annuals work very well in pots. We could cut this whole trip short by purchasing a lovely arrangement designed by staff. There is a time and place for that. In November, you will look at it and think, I paid hundreds of dollars for that, and I have to start all over next year? Well, it just depends on what you're looking for. If you want to purchase perennials, the best time to plant is early or late in the growing season. You typically won't have a lot of visual reward this season. They take a year to become established. Over time, they may even take over. This is called a mature yard. To the untrained eye, it's a real mess. Again, what is your goal? Flowers are so pleasing, but I like to balance the visual with some vegetables. Tomatoes for sure, corn, peppers, and if we have a lot of grow room available, we can get some squish, pumpkins, and zucchini to hide in the neighbor's car. You can plant from seed if you want. I'm going to get the little cups already started by someone else. The growing season in Montana is short. Let's give our plants all the opportunity we can. One of my personal favorites are herbs. They smell so good. They're tasty and have many uses. No summertime is complete without mint water. Just add 2 or 3 leaves to your glass of ice water, bruising the leaves a little first. Oh, wash them first if you're fussy. Chives? You'll only have to plant those puppies once and they'll live in your yard year after year, forever. Fresh chives, thyme, and parsley sprinkled over scrambled eggs. Yummy. You know, we may want to pace ourselves and get what we can plant before collapsing. In season, the greenhouse will take care of the plants for us until we are ready for them. We don't want to be like the lady who came through the checkout line with massive plant product and announced she was going home to take a double dose of Advil and get started. If we plant too early, we take a real chance of freezing our purchases. Watch the night temperatures and give the ground time to warm up. When night times stay over 40 degrees for 2 weeks, then it's pretty safe to plant. Typically in Montana, this means the middle to the end of May. Here's a little secret. Greenhouse staff are so busy during the height of planting season, it's often toward the end of June before they get their own stuff in the soil. This year, many of us are stuck close to home, and I think it would be a great year for gardening. Trial and error. Every season is different. Much of planting, growing, harvesting is a lore, a body of traditions on a subject passed on by oral tradition. One of my best greenhouse memories is a wizened gentleman in his overalls that informed me potatoes should be planted on Good Friday. We study, we learn by doing, and we must teach our children well. Thanks for coming into the greenhouse with me today. I say we stop for ice cream on the way home. Bye!